Hello again, friends and Lil Wolfpack members. Chaos here with the mighty Ducky, and welcome back to Zero to Hero. The series we go from space crap-out pilot to hopefully one day God amongst the stars. Now, the last couple of episodes we have been going and kicking the arse of a bunch of community goals. And from that, Ducky has managed to get herself enough capital to go and buy herself a brand new ship. And that is exactly what we've gone and done. What ship have we got? Let's go and see. That's right, it's the fer-de-lance. Yes, Ducky has finally gone and upgraded to a really good ship. I say good because I don't really like this ship overly, but I suppose it's probably because I've never really given it a chance, which is what we're going to be doing now. So what we want to do is we want to go and outfit this thing, because right now it's completely stripped bare. It's got absolutely nothing in it. So let's go and see what we can go and do to it. Here we go. Hard points. We're going to go and start off with those. First of all, we're going to go and put in a huge multi-cannon. Just because I don't know how well I'm going to be able to fare with this ship. And I want to go and start off as easily as I can. Now there we go. That huge multi-cannon there. And for each of these, we're actually going to put some beam lasers in and go and give that a go. Not sure how well this is actually going to go and hold up with the ship, as I haven't modified the power distributor as yet, but that's the plan. The main reason why I like going for beam lasers is because they're great against shields and they look the best. I really don't like the look of the standard pulse or burst lasers, and this ship's all about how things look. There we go. But I am, like I said, somewhat concerned that our power distributor may not be able to hold. But I am somewhat concerned that our power distributor may not be able to go and handle the load of 4 grade class 2 beam lasers. So we'll have to go and see how well it goes. But what we want to do is actually go and unlock Brutarquin eventually, one of the engineers, so we can get all of these made into being efficient, which will help no end, as well as having a recharge enhanced power distributor, which we can go and do now, I think. At least the recharge enhanced, but we'll do that. We'll think about that in a bit. For the utility mounts, we're actually going to go for 3. Where are we? Shield boosters. Where have they gone? There they are. 3 A-rated shield boosters, and we're going to put 2 shield boosters both on top, so then everything else is going to be underneath where we won't see it too much. So a 3rd shield booster. We're also going to go for a kill warrant scanner. And again, this is going to be a D-rated kill warrant scanner, because I never see the point of going anything more than that, considering that the power usage or the power draw for each of them doubles every time. We're also going to go for a chaff launcher. Heatsink launcher installed, so that is all the utility mounts installed. Already you can see that this ship's running a little bit warm. So let's go and have a look at the core internals. Now, we're going to stick with the stock lightweight alloys because we don't need any others. Because this ship is going to attempt to be a shield tank. Going for the power plant, we're going to have to go max this out. There we go. And the second that we maxed out the power plant, you can actually see that our overheating issue at the top completely stopped. So that was great. Thrusters, we've got a transfer option right now, because we do actually have these ones right here. They are A-rated and they are grade 1 dirty drive tuned, so we're going to go for those. Now, I would love to go for grade 5 dirties right now, but we don't have Professor Palin unlocked. Frame shift drive, we are going to go and fit the biggest one we can. There we go, obviously. Life support, we're going to go for D-rated, because actually we have already got D-rated. Oh yes, that was it, because I did try and make this thing easier to fly earlier, but I couldn't get it out of the previous station that we bought it in. There we go. Power distributor, we're going to go max this one out as well. And I think that is it for the core internals, because we don't have any military slots, because this isn't actually a military ship. It's a combat ship, yes, but it's a private model. It's a consumer model. This is not a military ship. That's why we don't have that. Going into the optional internals. But for the shields, we are actually going to go and fit somewhat of a controversial choice in bi-weaves. because we want a massive fast regeneration time. And we are going to go and modify these to basically have a lot of resistances. So it's the same way I usually go for the rest of my ships. Grade 4, we are going to have to go for a grade 4 shield cell bank because there's not much else we can do in this respect. We also have another grade 4 slot, but we're going to leave that for now. We're also going to go for a grade 2 frameshift drive interdictor. We're going to go for a 2A. And as for the grade 1, we're going to go for a collector limpet controller, just for having the ability to go and scoop up materials when we need them, which is why we're usually going to go and have a cargo rack here. But for now, what we're going to go and add is a fuel scoop, just for the time being. And there we go, that should be the ship fully set up, at least with its internals. Now what we need to go and do is go and change the way it looks on the outside. First of all, let's go and swap out the paint job. We're going to go for the synth orange. Look at that. Isn't that a beauty? So we're going to go for that. Front decal. Let's go and see what we're going to go for. What I'm thinking is what I usually go for, and that is the Combat Expert. Our highest combat ranking. And then for the two side ones, we're going to go for our current benefactor, which is Aisling Duval. Now, as for the name of the ship, we are going to go and name this one as the Duck Norris 3. But this time, I'm actually going to do it in Roman numerals. So, yeah, awesome. So, let's go and confirm that one. I'm not going to bother with the ship ID because we don't have the ability to put that on the ship. Nameplate, let's go and put this one. I'm thinking... Yeah, I think that one fits quite nicely. Now next we need to go and choose our weapon detailings, and that is going to be the yellow, and our engine detailings, and I'm actually thinking of going for the white. Now lastly but no means leastly, we need to go and put our body kit on. So let's go and decide what we want to go and have. What I'm thinking is spoiler 3, we're going to go for wings 2, we're also going to go for tail 3, and bumper 1. Now, before we go and have a look at the overall effect of our ship and how it looks, we need to go and sort out our fire groups. So, beam lasers are all going to be on number 1. We're going to go and have kill warrant scanner on number 2. Frameshift drive interdictor on number 2 as well, and I think we're going to need a couple of these. And then beam lasers on everything. The only thing that's really going to go and change is what we have on secondaries. And that looks about right. Now, I'm not going to be putting shield cells, heat sinks, chaff launchers, and so on anything else, although, come to think of it, there we go. That is going to work very nicely. And the reason we don't actually have these ones on any fire buttons is because we have them bound to specific buttons on the HOTAS, or our flight sticks. And the frameshift drive interdictor is going to be on everything because this doesn't work once you're out of supercruise. So having it on every group means no matter what fire group you're in, you're always going to be able to interdict. And I always like having my primary weapons on every single fire group because then I'm not going to be ever caught short my trousers down. So that's definitely not going to be a problem. Now let's go and sort out our power priorities as well. So all weapons and shields are going to go into power priority 2. The reason for this is... these are going to shut down if we get our power plant sniped down to 50%. Well, to 0%, which will either kill us or reduce our power output by 50%. Doing this will mean that we're still going to be able to get away. Cargo hatch is going to be on priority group 3, even though we've still got enough power to run this. It's not going to be a massive problem. Life support and fuel scoop are going to be on priority 1. Frameshift drive on priority 1. Scanners can go on 2 because we won't need them then. And the frameshift drive interdictor can go on priority 3 as well, because again, we won't need it if we pull the weapons out. Collector limpet controller can go on priority 2, and that should be sufficient. That is great. So as you can see, we have our get out of jail free card, as in basically everything we need to run away and jump to a different system, and fuel scoop is on priority 1. So that is the most important. So that's everything we need to run away. Everything for combat is on priority 2, and everything we don't need for combat is in priority 3. That's how we go and set up our power priorities. We don't need anything more than 3 power priorities, Unless there are some rather rare extenuating circumstances, but that generally never happens. And here she is, the Duck Norris 3. Doesn't she look beautiful? Now, what we're going to go and do is we are going to go and test this in a little bit of combat and go and see what we're going to need having done. Because we are going to go and jump over to one of either Alvida Martuk or Felicity Farseer. In this case, I think it's going to be Farseer to go and upgrade our frameshift drive. For the simple fact that, let's go and have a look, because I didn't look at this before. Our frameshift drive jump range is 13 light years. 13.23 light years. That is abominable, and we want to get that up as high as we possibly can. Now, on our way over to the resource extraction site, I've got to say that the cockpit really doesn't bother me as much as I thought it was going to, or even as much as it did previously. So, I'll have to go and see how well this thing goes and performs as to whether or not it's actually going to start being one of my more used ships. We'll have to see. Now, obviously, I would prefer it if it had a bubble canopy, so it didn't have the reinforcements in between, well, on the edges. That'd be great. But we'll see if I can learn to live with them. Now, we've got our first target in sight, which is this vulture here. Now, I'm curious to go and see how well... Actually, he's in the wing, isn't he? What's in the wing with? Viper Mark IV. Let's leave the wing for the moment, and let's go and see what else we can go and shoot at. Oh, here we go. This is looking good. Now, the boost speed is not bad on this. Maneuverability, it's not bad either. So let's go and see just how well this actually goes and works. Pop chaff, and he's firing plasmas! Yeah, we are overheating. There we go, his shields are down. But we are being able to keep up with him. Come on, come on, come on. So we're doing quite well. We've only lost one ring of shield so far, and we do have chaff and everything else available still. So I think about now is probably a good time to go and dump some chaff. Now I'm trying not to sit in front of him, but this is a little bit tougher than it looks. Let's get your shields down. But yes, as you can see, our power distributor isn't quite good enough to handle these beams, but we are going to go and modify this after. Is that him gone? That is him gone. I know that I only had one pip into systems, but that's kind of the thing that I do. I always like having a better offense than defense. Now, did he drop anything interesting that we might need? Oh, he's dropped some refined focus crystals. I'm definitely going to go and pick those up. There we go. That's them on board. Anything else? Compound shielding. Standard focus crystals. I don't think we need those. So, yeah. That is looking good. But yeah, no. As we can see, the ship does need a little bit more love and attention. Now, the first thing would be to either go and get the power distributor modified or the frameshift drive. I'm thinking the frameshift drive would be the best course of action. So let's go and see. We've got Farseer Inc. And how far away is that? That's 165 light years away. How far is the Blackhide? That is 115, but I think it's probably going to be better to go and get the frameshift drive modified first. So let's go and do that. The depressing thing is we can get there, but how many jumps is it going to be? 17. Holy boy. Yep, 17 jumps. Let's go and start that then. I guess I'll see you on the other side, Commanders. Now we rejoin our heroine one jump away from her target system while she fuel scoops. Yes, 16 jumps later, just getting ready to hit the 17th jump into Deciate. Wow, that took a while. So yeah, I'm really glad that we decided to come here first for actually modifying this ship. Not only for the fact that we can go and modify the frameshift drive to make it jump further, but Felicity Farseer does actually go and provide a lot of different modifications. She doesn't just modify the frameshift drive, she also has thrusters, sensors, detailed surface scanners, shield boosters, frameshift drive interdictors and power plants. Now the only thing she does to maximum grade, or to the maximum, basically to the best that it can be, is the frameshift drive. Everything else is between grades 1 and 3. Maximum being grade 5. So we're not going to be able to max out this ship with Farseer, but we're going to be able to do a good little chunk towards it. Not even towards it, but we're going to make the ship a lot easier to live with. Now, right now, as we saw as well, our power usage is 3% under what we need, what we can deal with. And even then, we're going to have two things that are going to turn off, so we've got even more percentage to deal with there. So I'm not sure we're really going to need the power plant being modified, at least not yet. But we're going to have to see how that is going to go. Now, Felicity Farseer is going to be one of the very first engineers that you're going to be unlocking. Well, I say unlocking, she's going to be one of the very first of the ones that you're going to find out about. To unlock her, you've got to kind of go and travel about 500 light years over to Maya and pick up a metal alloy for her. Unless you want to go and just grab one from a barnacle yourself. But you can go and buy them from Maya, as we said. There's a land base there that you can go and buy them from. And that's what you need to go and actually go and unlock Felicity Farseer. After that, you'll be able to go and collect all of the materials you need. She will then go and modify all your hardware for you. Now, coming down, I'm making sure that I'm actually flying over the base to begin with, just so that I can get a steeper approach a bit later, because I want to be going down at around about 45 degrees. Maybe more if I can help it. The reason for this is because when we drop out, we'll be within the range of actually going and requesting docking. Just like... oh. There we go, just like that. You know what? I didn't actually know this was a Zorgan Peterson model. Now, there we go. We have to come from the outside in order to go and dock. So, landing gear out. Let's get ourselves docked and let's go and start with these modifications. I feel like we're landing on a large pad. I might be wrong. But oh well. Let's enter the hangar. We don't need to do this, but we're going to anyway. Just because the lighting's better in there. And there we go. We can just jump into the engineer's workshop. And first things first, we're going to go and work on the frameshift drive. Now, what we're going for is the increased FSD range, and Ducky has actually got 10 rolls on this. So you need one arsenic, one chemical manipulator, and one data mined wake exception. Now, these data mined wake exceptions are, in my opinion, the single hardest material to go and get in the game. What you need to do is scan high intensity wakes in order to go and potentially get these, but they are randomly generated and they are the least likely to drop. So yeah, we did actually go and get these in a previous video. Type 9 Anarchy or something is the video that we actually went and did that with. So you can go back and have a look at that there as to how we went and got them. But what we're going to do is we are going to go and generate one of these results. Let's go and see how this is going to go. Now, the first time I'm actually going to go and leave this to go and roll itself. That is not bad. 45% increase to the optimized mass. Thermal load down, power draw down. That is not bad. Ooh. Boot time up, though. It's not amazing, but it's not really bad either. So we are going to go and apply this one. But that doesn't mean that we're going to go and just settle for that. So what I'm going to go and do as well is actually just keep rolling. Here we go, preview outcome. And what you can see now is that all the bars have completely changed. These are the realms of possibility in relation to our current roll. So what we've currently got applied. So as you can see, we can still get some more optimized mass over the top of it. We can also lose a lot of power draw, or get increased by a lot of power draw, I mean. We can also gain more integrity and potentially lose some, and we can gain and lose mass as well. So we're going to go and see what we get. Applying anything else would also reduce the increased thermal load, would increase the thermal load even by that much, and get rid of the boot time there, because those were the secondary effects. So let's just keep going and see how we're going. Generate, and I'm just going to click. There we go. That's not better than what we've got, so we're going to try again. That's not better, because yes, this is slightly better and that's slightly better, but we're losing 1% on the optimized mass, and this is the most important one we're going for. So we're just going to keep trying, and hopefully we're going to get something that's better with the optimized mass. Like that. Wow, look at that. That's actually over the maximum of the optimized mass. Yes, we're losing a lot of power draw, but I don't mind. So let's apply that one. And then we're going to go back in again, potentially. Let's see how many more rolls we've got. We've got 6 more rolls. So we'll roll 1 or 2 more times on this, just to see if we can potentially get anything a little bit over. First roll, absolutely nothing. Second roll, no. Still the same. We'd lose 2%, or we could reduce the power draw on there, and so on. Although it does have a mass reduction as well, ever so slightly. We'll try one more. You know, we'll go for one more and see if we get anything else. Nope. Everything else is better, but the optimized mass is worse. So we're definitely not going for that. So let's go and discard. Now, what else we can do is going to have a look at our engine, see if we can actually go and roll for a dirty drive tune. No, we can't. We need some specialized legacy firmware, so we're going to have to go and look for that. We could go for drive strengthening, but that is going to make us slower, so we don't want that. Shield boosters, do we have what we need for this? We've got enough for heavy duty, we don't have enough for what I usually go for, which is this one, and that's iron. But that's easy to go and get. Sensors, what could we do here? We can go for wide angle or lightweight. You know what? I'm actually going to go for lightweight. So, salvaged alloys, manganese, and conductive ceramics. I don't like using these too much because they're used from everything from grade 3 to grade 5. Actually, they're even used in grade 2s potentially. No, grade 3s. Grade 3 to grade 5. So, yeah. We'll go and do this anyway because this is going to reduce weight on the ship, and that's also going to make it so that we can actually jump further. So what we want, there we go, just clicking there, we have this looks like this may be over the maximum reduction to mass, a 60% reduction because we got a secondary, which was in reducing our mass even further by 15%. You know what, let's apply that one, that's good. Frameshift drive interdictor, I'm not too worried about that. We can have a look at it. We can go longer range or expanded capture arc. I'm going to try the wider capture arc. We'll give it a go. We can currently roll 6, but we're just going to roll 1. Yeah, sure, why not? We'll apply that with 34% wider capture arc. And whilst we're here, let's go and have a look at our power. Yeah, we've only gained a little bit, so that's not terrible. Although for some reason our thrusters are now on priority 2, so we need to go through our priorities again just to make sure that they are as they're supposed to be. There we go. Frameshift drive interdictor is now back to priority 3, and that looks about good. So it looks like that's all we've managed to get from Farseer herself. Now the question is how far have we actually managed to extend our jump range out to? Here we go, jumping into the outfitting department, we can actually go and see that our jump range has been increased to 20.27 light years. Now that is amazing. That is a really good increase from 13. Now we can go and do a lot more to this, but we're going to need better rolls or different engineers which are going to allow us to roll on higher grades. In order to do that, we're going to need to go and unlock more engineers. But as a little note between the jump ranges, a lot of people seem to get confused as to what the actual jump range is on a ship. As we can see here, it says 20.27. We'll exit out of here and we'll look over at our functions. Here it says 20.24, that's fine, and the other one says 20.51. The 20.51 is slightly higher, but what that means is if we're fairly low on fuel but can still make a full jump. So we're not carrying the weight of all the additional fuel. So a ship's jump range is not a static number. It does fluctuate depending on how much your ship weighs at that point. Basically, your frameshift drive will be able to potentially push you to a certain limit, a certain range, but the mass of your ship is going to be modifying this. So that's what jump range is. A lot of people get confused with the Coriolis page as well, because it says that the max jump range is this, but the max jump range is how far you can go when you're low on fuel. What you want is the full tank kind of reading. But oh well, that is it with Felicity Farseer, so let's go and see how many jumps it'll take us to go and get over to the Dweller in the Black Hide. Now that's looking like a lot less jumps than it was previously, because last time to get here it was 17 jumps, and right now we're down to 9. So this is going to be great. So we're going to go and jump over to him, and then potentially after we may look into trying to go and unlock another engineer, but maybe not this episode. We'll go and see how much time we've got left after this. We rejoin our heroine on her approach to the Black Hide. Many jumps from Felicity Farseer. And here we go. We are coming in glide, coming down to about 42 degrees. That is going to be a nice little sweet spot. So as soon as we drop out, requesting docking. Unlike Farseer Incorporated, this place doesn't seem to be that busy with other commanders. Just got to be careful because the gravity here is a little bit stronger than over in Deciat. Now this feels better. This feels like the right size landing pad. So again, let's enter the hangar. Again, as I said, we don't need to, but I like the lighting in there. And let's go and see what we can actually go and engineer. We can see that we can actually roll up to grade 4 on the charge enhanced power distributor, which is the one that we want. It increases our recharge rate on everything, but reduces the overall capacity, which is fine, because this particular one goes up to a maximum of 29% increase. Grade 5 goes up to 35, but we do not have any exquisite focus crystals as of yet. We've got a chemical manipulator, I think. No, we've got 7 chemical manipulators, but only 1 cracked industrial firmware. So let's hope that this is actually going to be a good roll, because this is the only one we're going to get. Now hopefully we're going to end up further over to this side. That's actually not bad. 25% increase is not terrible, and only a 9% reduction. But what are we going to get on our secondaries? Come on, increase to recharge everything. Oh, there we go. It's taking them over maximum to 32%. But that's only on the engines. But that's fine. So we can't go and try again. We can't go and discard. But we're going to go and apply. So there we go. And let's go and see what we can actually go and roll on the beam lasers. Can we go and get to efficient? We can. We can. We've got 7 rolls on the efficient beams. So let's go and preview. We're going to go and roll on all of them once to begin with. Now the reason I like efficient is because it goes and reduces the power draw and the distributor draw. Now the distributor draw is the one we're kind of most interested in right now. And this is where it's going to go and reduce the distributor draw, well, increase the distributor draw and the power draw. It's not terrible. Damage per second is going to go up though. Oh yes, and I keep forgetting that every time we go for a weapon, we have to roll on the Wheel of Fortune. Looks like we're not going to be getting anything this time. So let's apply this one for now. And what we're going to go and do is we're going to go and roll on the rest of these, so that we can go and see which one is going to need to be rolled on after. So let's go and generate. We'll go and just skip through all this one. That one's terrible. So that one's going to need to be retried. So let's try again. That one's not too bad. Distributor draw is not amazing, but we'll apply it for now. in again to one of the ones that are not modified currently. We've only got 4 rolls left. Again, it's not terrible. We always seem to be ending up with a negative distributor draw on these ones. So, it's not perfect, but we'll make it work. And this one, let's go and preview here. Again, 3 rolls left. We'll see what this gets us. Wow, power draw is massively increased on this one. Our piercing goes up though, so distributor draw is really good. It's just the power draw is up, and the power draw we can live with, really. Let's apply that one for now. So overall, we should have 2 more rolls left. And let's go and see. If we go here, this is the one. Yeah, we can't gain or lose too much on this one. 13% power distributor draw. Let's have a look on the second one. We could stand to gain a bit more on this one, mainly through the distributor draw. Let's have a look at number 3. This one's mostly with the power draw. And the distributor draw, back again. And let's have a look at number 4. Efficient. We can only lose with the distributor draw, but we can only gain with the power draw. So I think the first 2 or 3 is probably going to be the ones we're going to re-roll for this particular one. Let's go for this one. We can actually gain up to 9% on this one and completely fill the distributor draw. So let's go and roll this one and go and see what we get. Wow, that's maxed out that one. Distributor power draw's gone up, but we can live with that. So let's go and apply that one for now. And let's also go into the third one, I think. Efficient. Yeah, because we can only gain in the distributor draw there as well. So this is the last roll we're going to have. So let's go and apply this one. And apologies if you can hear any rattling behind me, but the ratties are deciding to go. This is the time to go and play with their song of their people. This is looking very good though. Distributor draw is amazing. It's going to go up even further, so that's perfect. Power draw is going to go up a touch, but not... Oh, that's gone up quite a lot. But, oh well. Let's go and see what we're going to get here. Are we going to get a special effect? I don't think we are. Oh, no, definitely not. We could, if we wanted, go and click adjust and go and choose something, but we will actually go and lose 2 ranks on here. I don't want to go and do that. I would like regeneration sequence, but we're not planning to wing up anytime soon. So let's just go and apply. So that is looking good. Let's go and have a look over at our power usage modules. We're now back down to 97%. What I want to find out now is how this ship is actually going to hold up whilst we're firing these weapons constantly. Just got to fix our... There we go. I think that's everything back to what it's supposed to be. Looks like it. So, yeah, okay. Let's go and launch and go and see if we can find anything to go and shoot at. After we go and have that little bit of graphical glitch there. Well, looks like we found ourselves a wanted fer-de-lance. This is going to be interesting to go and attempt to take out. Tether is engaged. Let's go and see how easy this is going to be to pull him out. It shouldn't be hard at all. He's only an expert. Saying this, so is Ducky technically. There we go. We got him out. Weapons out. Targeting his power plant. Let's go and see how well this is going to work. Oh, he's firing missiles. We don't want those to hit us. But as we can see, our power distributor is holding up a lot better than it did previously. So let's go and start taking out this power plant. Yeah, we're already doing a lot better in the DPS department. Allow our weapon distributor to go and charge up some more whilst we are firing nothing but the multi. And then fire everything we have for the final devastating burst. Yeah, we're doing a lot better. Gotta say though, as I do want to go and pick up some more modifications, especially for the shield. I think that's one of the things we're going to be doing next time. Well, that chemical distillery, I'm definitely going to go and pick up. That is going to be it for this video. I do hope you guys have enjoyed it. Like the video if you liked it, dislike it if you didn't. Neither of those good enough for you, that's what the comments are for. And let us know what you think of how just a little bit of engineer modification and how this ship actually went and transformed into being so much more deadly. You can also come and join our community on Facebook or Inara, links are going to be in the video description, and as of right now we are number 3 in the largest Inara wings, so come and help us on our road to number 1. I've been Commander Chaos Wolf from Sci-Fi Gaming, you guys as always have been epic, I will see you soon, and until next time my fellow commanders, keep flying and stay shiny.